What is up, squad? I'm going to be giving out some tips and tricks in Airship Assault. Let's begin. So the first thing you need to know is your loadout. Now, loadouts are very useful. So it's not like one of those games where you join and you already have free loadouts. It's not like that. You actually have to purchase these weapons. Now, I will give out the weapons that I'm using. Right now I'm using the Kino SMG and the Maximum. The Maximum is $300 and the Kino SMG is you have to be level 10 raider, I'm pretty sure. And I forgot how, I think you have to have a specific amount of bonds, but it is a very good weapon. It's not that accurate, but it's got some good damage. The best SMG would be the Officer SMG. That's great for the game mode Assault, but not that good with ISO, because it's not very accurate and the bullets just fly everywhere really. So it's better to have the Kino SMG because it's a lot more accurate. It still feels very good in my opinion. Now, you don't always have to have a SMG. You can actually have the regular rifle, which I've even said this myself, that the regular rifle is the worst. Now, it's not entirely bad. It's actually relatively good. Now, I actually have some footage right now of me playing with the standard rifle on Assault. Cue the video. Alright, but yeah, that was the clip of me using the standard rifle. As you could see, it wasn't that bad. I did a total of 50 damage there, then used my secondary, which was nice. So always use your secondary, always. Yes, tents. One of my favorite items. So what tents do is they allow you to spawn in places that you're not able to spawn. So say I've captured point C and we're moving to D. And we have a landing craft. So that landing craft, one of those guys can place down a tent and we can spawn in that tent, allowing us to suppress more fire and come through different directions that the enemy would not expect you to come through. They're very useful on ISO. I very much recommend them. Now, how do you get them? That's the question. There's two ways to get them, I'm pretty sure. First way, and the easiest way, is to be crewman, whether you're on Valkyrie or Redmora. And when you spawn as crewman, not only do you get a wrench, a repairing wrench, but you also get the shovel. And you need a specific amount of points to build things. So you can build like sand walls, even like a machine gun. You can even build a machine gun for 30 points. And a tent requires 20 points. And to get these points is you have to eliminate players or capture points. It's not difficult to get eliminations. It's actually relatively easy, especially if you have like a long range weapon like the rifle. It will become super easy. And the second way to get shovels is to find say you're like a raider and you want to get a tent or a shovel first. Find a Redmorian tank, or I'm pretty sure you can steal a Valkyrie shovel from a tank. You need to find a tank, and on one of the sides of the tank there will be a shovel, and all you have to do on computer is just press E. And I'm pretty sure, I've never played on iPad on Airship Assault, but all you have to do is just hold down, I'm pretty sure. And then once you pick what you want to build, to construct it on PC, hold left mouse button and and just like hold it, and it will have a bar showing the percentage on how if it's almost complete or halfway complete. And you just have to hold that. Just make sure when you place a tent, place it somewhere not too far and not too close, because if you place it too close, if there's at least one singular enemy, you cannot spawn there, because it will say an enemy is nearby, you cannot spawn there. And yes, the enemy can deconstruct it. Now, to deconstruct it, and you will get your points back if you deconstruct it, just hold down right mouse button, and it's the same for the enemy, like deconstructing that one, your tent, and just hold down right mouse button. I'm pretty sure you will not get the points even if you're deconstructing that one tent if you're on the enemy team. But yeah, this is one of the most easiest things you can do. Man, Chapter 3, Landmines and Explosives. Okay, so landmines. Landmines are deadly. So when you step over, so there's two types of landmines, first of all. One, anti-tank landmine, obviously, it does what it says. It destroys tanks. It's an anti-tank landmine. And as you can see in the footage, in the background footage, both of my teammates just got killed there. And so there's anti-tank and anti-personal mine. Anti-personal mine is when somebody steps over. So it will trigger when somebody steps over. And also in the background footage, I did a very, very bad move at the point, and at that time I did not realize that shooting the landmine was going to kill me and my teammates. So bad move, Kai. Bad move. You should have known better. Like, what did you expect? But they're very deadly, and you can place them anywhere. So as you can see, and also in the background footage, the enemy team was very smart and placed them in the one spot that they knew that we would come. So props to them, first of all. They're very useful. So like, if you lose point B, you can place them on the bridge, and they're super useful. Now on Red Moor team, you don't really use them because you're the invaders and not the attack and not the defending people. So it's mainly Volgray uses them in ISO, and you can place them anywhere. Whether it's the fort, the hangar, point D, point all of it doesn't matter. You can place them anywhere. Now explosives, on the other hand, explosives, grenades, Molotovs, smoke grenades, stick grenades. There are 4 types of grenades. First one, the regular grenade, the good old classic grenade. Classic grenade does what any type of grenade would do in a video game. It explodes. Obviously, it explodes. So to throw a grenade, is what you have to do is you have to hold down the left mouse button, and you just release when you're ready. Now, I'm pretty sure there isn't a timer. I don't think there's a timer on there. So you can just hold it endlessly for an endless time and then throw it. I think that's what happens. And yes, you can still eliminate yourself with the grenade. So if you're thinking that you're immune to it, you're not. You'll die to it if it comes back. Smoke grenades. They're very useful on ISO. Red Moor usually uses it, and what you can do with it is go up to a flag and just throw down as many smoke grenades as you possibly can. I think you only get one. Yeah, you only get one. But if your teammates just throw down all of them, it's going to be very difficult for the enemy to see you, and you can just capture the point immediately. Now stick grenades. These are okay. Stick grenades, they are not meant for eliminating or for throwing down for support. they're used for boilers in the game mode Assault. They will still eliminate somebody. You just have to throw it at the correct direction. So they're very useful. They're an impact grenade, so you throw it and it just blows up. And so that's pretty useful. And then you have the Molotov. The Molotov is what it is it's a bottle, and then there's like, I think there's some cocktail something in there, but it's flammable. So you throw it down and everybody near it will just catch on fire. So it's useful for ISO and Assault, but it's not really a guaranteed elimination with like the stick grenade or even the regular grenade, because you can still survive it. And that's the 4 grenades. Now with the actual explosives, like the deadly ones, you have dynamite, a hole breaker, and a fuse grenade. Now fuse grenades, I'll start off with the classic dynamite. What the dynamite does is it's usually meant for assault, but what you do is you hold left mouse button and just hold it, and you'll see like a little timer, and that's the amount of time that you have until you can place it. And then once you place it, it will have, I'm pretty sure, 25 seconds, and then it blows up. And it does pretty good damage. And yes, you can still eliminate yourself and other players and other enemies with that. And then I'll try to make this fast. And then you have hole breakers. Now hole breakers are also for assault, and what you can do with them is that's the only explosive that you can destroy with pillars. And that's like another way to take out an enemy ship, is destroying their pillars. Now, sorry about that sound. Now, I don't know if you heard that sound, but now the third highly deadly explosive is fuse grenades. Now, these ones I see a lot of people using in ISO, and they're basically dynamite but with a shorter fuse time and less damage than the regular dynamite. It's very useful against tanks. So yeah. Chapter 4, Planes and Bombs. Okay, so how to fly a plane, first of all, is what you do. You might think that for computer, W is up and S is down, but you're wrong. It's actually the complete opposite. S is up and W is down. So you can master it like super easily. It will be easy to master. It's not that difficult. And so what you need to do is to become a master at bombing and at dogfighting in this game. In the white center, when you're in a plane, the white dot in the center of your screen, that's your crosshair. Now you might think, Kai, this is the worst crosshair that Airship Assault could give the players. And yes, I actually do agree with you. It is the worst, but it's actually relatively good, because the plane has bullet drops. Like every single gun has a bullet drop in this game, including tanks, including planes, all that. It has bullet drop. So another thing is how to drop a bomb. On computer, press B, and to eject your gunner, say you want to say you're like, gunner, I'm going down. You can eject your gunner by holding J, and then they will eject. It won't be like an instant. It will be like a second or two before they get ejected, and they have no control. So if you want to grief your own gunner, which I'm saying, please do not grief your gunner. It's just like sometimes you can joke around, but I don't recommend it, because you can vote kick. People will vote kick you for that. So I just don't recommend playing around like that. But what you do is just hold J, and to release the bomb, you press B, and it will release. Now, to master bombing, you have to master bombing, say I have a turret and I want to hit that turret. You're not going to release your bomb when your plane is over the turret. No. This game has like physics. So you are going to release your bomb when your plane is like about to be over the target. You're going to release it there and it's going to be a direct hit. So that's useful. And then when you're dogfighting in a plane and you're turning and the enemy's turning, you don't want to hit the enemy. You don't want to have your crosshair like on the enemy plane. You actually want to have your crosshair a little bit farther, like in front of the enemy plane, because of bullet drop. The bullet drop is insane on planes. But yeah, this is everything you really need to master as a plane. And there also are 2 other bombs. So on airship assault, or not airship assault, on assault, you only have 2 bombs that you can get. That's rockets or actual bomb, or the actual bomb. You only get 1 bomb, and for rockets, you get 6 rockets. And rockets are good for having a hole in the boiler. Like creating a hole in the boiler, or permanent hole in the boiler, so it's pretty useful. And then for ISO, you still get the 1 bomb and the 6 rockets. The rockets you do have to purchase, but you can also like on ISO, you also get 1 more. I think it's level 20 that you'll get fire rockets, which those are also pretty useful. Chapter 5 classes. Okay, I'm not talking about school classes, nothing like that. I'm talking about the video game classes. So you get 3 classes, and they're completely free, no Robux. And that's crewman, raider, and pilot. What pilot does is they support like, say there's a whole bunch of enemies on a bridge, and your team is stuck behind it, and they're one by one going down. The pilot's job is to at least drop a bomb or have a rockets, or just try to eliminate them with their high caliber weapon. That's basically the pilot's job, and to keep the air safe for on assault or ISO. And for raider, they're the ones who go into head-to-head combat, face-to-face with the enemy. And crewmen, they just sort of sit behind and repair stuff. Now, there are some crewmen who are actually like go into head-to-head combat, which is nice, but to me it's like a little bit boring because you don't get grenades or dynamite or any of that. And they're very useful on what map? On assault. They're useful on assault game mode. And they're also very, very useful on what was it? On ambush. They're very useful on the game mode ambush. And what you should do as raider is on ISO, at least throw a grenade. You gotta throw a grenade, because you never know. That 1 grenade could literally eliminate maybe half of the enemy team. You never know. So at least throw your grenade, or throw your fuse grenades, because that could take out a whole bunch of enemies and could possibly make you win the match. It's pretty self-explanatory. And then with crewmen, I just recommend repairing the tanks. Now, we are getting close to the end of the video, so just you don't have to do what I say in this video. You don't have to. Whatever works with you, whatever you feel comfortable, whatever your playstyle is, play like that. Don't always follow what people say on the internet. So just play how you want to play. If you want to play realistic and fun, play like that. If you're a person who really wants to win, I hope this video really helped you. Now just enjoy just enjoy the background footage of me just trying to figure out and just just trying to win the match in this game mode in ISO. I'll still have my voice in. And what I'm thinking is here, like, we're probably gonna lose. I was thinking that we're gonna lose, but looking back at the footage, I could definitely tell we were gonna win because of the amount of players. And I'm just trying to survive. Yep, and I just get hit with the 50 cal with one of those machine guns. So yeah, that's unfortunate. I like to use the maximum because it does 70 damage, which is this. I'm pretty sure that's the max damage for pistols. $300 for that, so it's gonna be a grind. Another thing that I forgot to mention, a tip, was when you win a match, you only get one bond, which is very unfortunate. So, but when you level up, you get, like, say I level up Raider 30, you'll get about 35 bonds. So, yeah, it's better to actually level up than to win a match. Obviously, you still want to win a match to get those bonds. It's just better to level up with your class. Now here I had a very bad idea of, like, placing a dynamite there, thinking that it would still eliminate the enemy, but if an enemy was behind there, it would not do anything because they're behind a wall. And GG, I won. Also, this was just background footage. So I want to say thank you for watching, for those who stuck around. Let me know down in the comments if my tips helped. Please make sure to please consider subscribing, liking the video, share, and comment what if these tips helped you, or what loadout you use. But anyways, thank you for watching. Kai Bomb, I'm flying out, and I'll see you on the next mission.